On the evening of Friday, September 26th, the 0-4 Lake Orion Dragons hosted their crosstown rivals, the 2-2 Oxford Wildcats, in the battle for the Double O Trophy. With 5.5 left in the first quarter, the Wildcats are facing a 4th and 4 on the Dragons' 36-yard line. Quarterback Jack Hendricks is in shotgun. He hits Connor Hickey at the 30, and he laterals it to teammate Keaton Pochas, who streaks down the sideline and goes in for the score. The Eric Palacios extra point was good, and the Wildcats are up early, 7-0. Following a Lake Orion punt, Oxford begins a drive at their own 35. Hendricks is under center. He drops back and hits Brody Casper, who is stopped just shy of the goal line. On the next play, Hendricks pitches it to Seth Tabor, who goes in for the score. The PAT was good, and the Wildcats take a 2-touchdown lead with 3:23 left in the first. Let's go to the second quarter. Dragons quarterback Brody Thompson is facing a 1st and 10 at the Wildcats 16. He takes a snap and hits 88 Ryan Rochelo in the end zone for 6. The extra point was no good. Oxford 14, Lake Orion 6, with 9:14 left in the first half. Following a Lake Orion sack of Hendricks at the 29, the Wildcats are facing a 2nd and 24. Hendricks is under center. He drops back and hits a wide-open Connor Hickey, who takes it into the end zone. The PAT was good, and the Wildcats extend their lead 21-6 in the second quarter. Following halftime, the Dragons missed a field goal attempt, and the Wildcats begin a drive on their own 20. On 3rd and 3 from the 27, Hendricks is under center. He pitches it to number 19, Seth Tabor, who finds a hole and goes 50 yards before getting tackled on the Dragons' 27. On 1st and 10 at the 15, Hendricks takes the snap, drops back, rolls right, and hits Brody Casper at the goal line, who spins into the end zone for the score. The PAT was good, and the Wildcats are up 28-6 with 1:46 left in the third. As the fourth quarter begins, the Dragons are in the midst of a nice drive. On 1st and 10 inside the Wildcats 10, Thompson is in shotgun. He fakes the handoff, keeps it, and gets inside the 5. On 2nd and 3, he hands off to Wesley Pratt, who goes up the middle and into the end zone. The Dragons go for 2, and it's Pratt who converts the Octopus. Pratt accounts for all 8 points to end the drive. Following a short Oxford punt from their own end zone, the Dragons begin a drive on the Wildcats' 32-yard line. Junior Anderson Adams is in at quarterback. Facing a 2nd and 13 from the 23, Anderson is in shotgun. He takes the snap and hits Ryan Rochelo at the 5, and he's in for his 2nd TD of the game. The PAT was good, and the Dragons are a touchdown away from tying the game with 7:04 left. The Wildcats are facing a 3rd and 12 on their own 31, and the Dragons need a stop. Hendricks throws the screen to Grayson Boyle. He's hit at the 33, but keeps his balance, stumbling forward to a 1st down. On the next play, Christopher Pullman takes the handoff and runs into a crowd, somehow emerging unscathed. He outraces defenders and goes 57 yards into the end zone. What a gut punch for the Dragons and their fans. Lake Orion is down 2 TDs with 4:16 left in the game. Can the Dragons answer? Facing a 3rd and 7 on Oxford's 39, Adams is in shotgun. He hits Rochelo at the 15, and he takes it into the end zone, his 3rd of the day. The extra point doinks off the upright, and the Dragons are trailing 35-27 with 3 minutes left in the game. On the ensuing drive, the Wildcats are facing a 3rd and 6 on the Dragons' 47-yard line. Hendricks is under center. He pitches it to Pullman, who gets some nifty blocks, and he is gone 47 yards in for the TD. The PAT was no good, but the Wildcats increased their lead, 41-27. With the clock winding down, Adams tacked on a rushing TD to his stats to close the gap, but the final score was 41-34, with Oxford claiming the Double O Trophy and improving to a 3-2 record. The Dragons remain winless with back-to-back road games at Clarkston and Adams ahead in the schedule. Then they host Oak Park for the homecoming game on October 17th. From Dragon Stadium, this is Joe Johnson reporting for ONTV Sports.